Mojo in the Morning Show is your home of the phone scams. And Mojo, Spike, Shannon, Megan, Mike. Our producer is Ellen. We got Reese and Lydia here too, and Katie and everybody that helps out with the show. It has been more than a year, and I've been wanting to talk to a person that is on right now, line number 11 of our phone lines here. Actually, line number 9. And it took me a year to be able to track this person down and be able to get their phone number to get them on the air. And the biggest reason why I wanted to get them to come on with us was because this person gave me the will to live at a moment of my life when I literally said, God, if you need to take me, take me. I had open heart surgery about a little over a year ago. Actually, it was January 13th, 2021. I will never forget that date for my whole life. It will be my rebirth date. And I was in surgery for more than 8 hours, actually almost 9 hours, laying on a surgical table. And when I came to, after the surgery, I don't even know what time in the middle of the night this was. Maybe the guest that's on the phone with us will know. I had so much pain all over the place, but especially pain in my back, which I found out later was pain that was because I was on an operating table, they said, with my arms up above my head, not waving them like they just don't care, but kind of so I didn't, do anything, crazy. And that pain was so bad, and my wife couldn't be with me because, COVID, and they wouldn't allow that in the hospital. But it was this nurse that is on the phone with us right now. Her name is Tiffani. And Tiffani, hi.
Hi.
Tiffani, I have been wanting to talk to you for over a year. I actually wanted to talk to you days after my surgery when I was in that, what do they call it, the step down or step up or something like that area?
The ICU? ICU.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you because you got me through the worst night of my life, and I wanted to personally just thank you for doing that.
Oh, it was no problem.
I was in so much pain, and it was one of those things where I literally said, God, you know what? If this is what the pain is going to be like, then take me, because I didn't want to live at that moment after having that surgery, even though I made it through my surgery. And you also did something really amazing. You were on the phone with my wife. First off, what time was that phone call or the time that I got to hear your voice for the first time?
I want to say you arrived in the ICU from the OR around 8 p.m. I got on around 7 p.m.
Okay.
And then I don't think we extubated you, meaning I don't think we took out the breathing tube until closer to 11 or maybe midnight or so.
Wow.
And then that's when, and then we kind of obviously made sure you were stable. And then I was able to call your wife and let her know that we were able to get the breathing tube out. And she kind of was just oh, I'm so thankful, that he's doing okay. And then I remember her telling me about, your boys,
Yeah.
they wanted to say hi and make sure you were doing okay and that they love you and give you their well wishes.
The wildest part was I knew you had talked to Chelsea because the terminology that you used was Chelsea-esque. Like when you said your boys send their love, Chelsea always says your boys instead of saying, instead of you saying, hey, your sons, by the way, want to, you know what I mean? And then some of the conversation that you had with me in my ear about, and can I tell you, I don't even know what you look like, Tiffani, because my eyes were so closed. And then also I didn't have my glasses or contacts in. So I couldn't even tell, everything was such a blur, but I know that you, and then there was a male nurse who also was amazing to me that night too. And do you know who you would have been working with that night?
Oh yeah, I'm going to give a little shout out to my friend Patrick. He was charge nurse actually that night.
Patrick was amazing.
So he was in and out of the room with me, trying to just help me and help you, get you in a better position. We were just doing everything we could to really help.
You
optimize
massaged my
recovery
back. I remember that. I remember that you massaged. My back was in so much pain. It felt like I don't know what it's like to be stabbed, but it felt like somebody was stabbing me nonstop in my back. And you massaged that area and then got me positioned. You and Patrick did. And I thank you.
I totally remember that. I really do. I remember. It was like this was probably at this point, it was probably like 3 a.m. Like we had been giving you pain meds at that point. We had been trying everything. And then I was just like, Patrick, you need to help me turn him on his side and we'll just give him a good back rub.
You hear this story and you think of how life-changing Nurse Tiffani was for one person, one patient, or one family. And then you realize she does this for a whole floor, for a whole wing, every night of her shift. And that's why I always say thank you to nurses. I don't say for all you do. I say for all you are, because it takes a certain type of person to be able to walk into work every night, no matter your mood, no matter what's going on in your personal life, put everything aside and put the patients first. And no matter how exhausted and fatigued you are or what's going on out in the outside world, you guys have one job and you never stop doing that job well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You chose the right profession because you're excellent at it. You are the Tom Brady of nurses. And I say this to you, and I've been getting kind of emotional, so I've been like blowing my nose with the mic off a little bit. But I say this to you that you are a very special person to my family, because that was the hardest thing, not just for me. Chelsea had the hardest night not being there. Oh, yeah. And you comforted her with conversation throughout the night into the early hours of the morning. And thank you for what you did. I owe you and Patrick and then all the nurses too. And that is why Chelsea and myself and my entire family made a family donation to Giving Blue Day, which is today. Today with Michigan Medicine and the University of Michigan Hospital. They're concentrating on Giving Blue Day, on giving back to the incredible nurses that are out there. And we're not talking about their current nurses. We're talking about future nurses, people that would go into that profession too. And so I'm hoping that listeners will go to our social media, Mojo in the Morning, and I'm just looking for 50 donations. It doesn't make a difference what you donate. It could be even $1. But I'm looking for 50 donations, and Chelsea and I are going to make a $5,000 donation to Giving Blue Day today.
Awesome.
In honor of you, Tiffani, and all the other nurses, and Patrick, and Lauren, and all the great people that I've met along the way in Mary, and I'm just going to go through all the nurses at Michigan Medicine. So thank you for what you do.
Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. It's honestly like an honor and privilege to be able to take care of people like you. Every night. I actually just got off of a shift. So.
She did.
Oh
Can I tell you the craziest?
Oh, goodness gracious.
So I said, hey, is there any way that Tiffani can come on with us today because it's Giving Blue Day? And they're like, yeah, she's coming off of her shift, though. How many hours did you work?
12.
Boy, do now
12-hour
now
shift.
that we feel guilty about coming in whining about, daylight saving time really made me exhausted.
Tiffani.
Oh, it's all good. I thrive off coffee and no sleep. It's fine.
Tiffani, thank you for going on with us. Go get some rest, and thank you to all of your great nurses at Michigan Medicine and University of Michigan.
Yeah, and I want to shout out to all my coworkers. Love you guys.
You're the best.
Go CDC4.
That's from the Tom Brady of nurses, like I said. We'll talk to you later, Tiffani. Take care of yourself.
All right.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
Wow.
The
That was
best.
awesome. That was
I tell you, it takes
wild.
a special person to be a nurse or a school teacher. You have to love what you do every single day, because we underappreciate those people and just take them for granted.
She had to see my backside.
You're back.
Wow.
Well, I love that she said she had to go get Patrick to help roll you over. I didn't want to ruin that moment, but I was kind of chuckling to myself.
And the sound in my head the whole time when she was saying that was boop, boop, boop.